All right, everybody. Welcome to another awesome Cincinnati Lions Youth Winter Esports game. This is going to be the first match for the Apex Legend teams that we have participating today. And as you'll see right now, this is the 20 teams that are currently going to be participating in this winter split in the Apex Gold lobbies. Now, today we have representing the Cincinnati Lions Black, who ended last split in 3rd place, and then the Cincinnati Lions Orange, who finished the split in 8th place. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get straight into the game. We do have the Cincinnati Lions Black playing on World's Edge, just landing now, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the map. So as we see over here, Cincinnati Lions Black being represented by Water Can't Aim, I Am Dingus, and Thug Shaker Central, formerly known as Ramadan.txt, did have a little bit of a name change, and I Am Dingus is subbing in for Mr. Me if you have been a follower of these games.
Extended heavy magazine.
Real quick, as always, please go ahead and let me know if you are having struggle hearing anything, hearing myself, hearing the game, and I'll make sure that we get all of those aspects figured out. We also have Cincinnati Lions Orange, who dropped over here, represented by Sly Fox, Golden Striker, and JS Legend. We'll probably be checking in on them here in just a minute. As you'll notice, we only have 13 teams on the map. One of the teams is being represented as a solo, and that is ACW Aquox. Oh, that's the Ackworth XPL. Okay, so they're going to be rocking a solo. And so, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get here. Right now, we do see the Cincinnati Lions Black running around, getting their loot, currently with an armor check of purple, white, and blue. And if we go ahead and head over to the, let me double check. I know they're team 13, so it's going to be the F keys. So we'll go ahead and head over here to the Cincinnati Lions Orange. We do have them also looting up with purple, white, and blue armor, similar to the Cincinnati Lions Black. Let me make sure that this volume is working.
Enemy spotted. Near.
All right, well, according to everything I've got, apparently the volume for the game is working. As always, please let me know if that is not the case. We'll go ahead and just make sure volume is up on there as well.
Wonder what the play is.
So as we were looking at the Cincinnati Lions Orange, they are co-located with a couple of other teams. Mr. Tiger Fox, Dr. Igneous, and Sandbean, I believe being the Gnome Darts, who finished the last split in 1st place. So potential early opportunity for some contact with one of the higher placed teams in the lobby. We do see likely some contact here from the Cincinnati Lions Black, so we'll go ahead and check in on them. We do have Water Can't Aim getting in contact with this opposing team. Thug Shaker Central losing his shields. Currently the trio doing what they can to make something happen here, trying to avoid an early elimination. Water does take down Booger. Slug Life takes down Thug Shaker. Mastiff, a great weapon in this situation, as I Am Dingus does take out Dookie. Last member of that team does go down, and that is going to be an early elimination in support of the Cincinnati Lions Black. Water Can't Aim taking down 2 of them, and I Am Dingus taking out the 3rd. So right now they're going to be going through this. As I mentioned previously, we are seeing some eliminations here from the Gnome Darts, one of the teams to watch. And currently, Cincinnati Lions Orange still having the opportunity to kind of scrape these POIs clean of all available loot. Thank you, Nova, for the feedback. Good to know everything sounds good. I'm not hearing the game, but as long as you guys can hear it, that is all that matters. So Cincinnati Lions Black having an immense amount of space here without any contesting. So I have high hopes that they'll be able, if they play smartly and don't overextend themselves, have great avenues of approach going towards the rings as it begins to close, with likely fights breaking out along this area as both teams seek to rotate in the future.
Shall we head this way, darlings?
Go ahead and check in
G7 Scout
with Cincinnati Lions Orange very briefly. Currently getting some crafting completed, squaring away their inventory, getting the Evo shields upgraded, now sitting with purple, purple, white. They are flirting with the edge of the ring as it continues to close. But that's okay. They've got time. They've got space. They are likely going to interact and collide with either this Gnome Darts team or potentially have some third-party opportunities here on these two teams that are trying to identify some areas, strong points, where they can sit and play the positioning game on the edge of the ring over there. The solo player from Ackworth, XPL, in a very good spot for how this ring is going to close. We did see earlier that the ring is likely to close in here from some of the intel that we got from Cincinnati Lions Black. Lions Black likely to come in contact here with Zero Vivid and Infinite Vibes. So we'll be checking in on them momentarily.
It'd be a good idea to go there.
Let's go ahead and see if there's any movement here or any desire. Right now it looks like they are doing similarly to what the Cincinnati Lions Orange were doing, making sure that they're getting their crafting all figured out, making sure that they are having that all squared away, that they're buffing up their inventory as much as possible in preparation for these future fights. Currently sitting in an armor of purple, purple, blue. Now, they're going to be, oh, they do have contact. They have spotted the enemy that was coming through this pass. If they are able to make quick work of this team, they are going to have an open avenue of approach to the ring, getting away from the ring that's closing in on them. They'll be having an opportunity to stick with them. Glad that they're getting the revive off here on water. Great use of the Bangalore smoke, provides some obscuration. And right now they're heading back, utilizing these buildings for a quick reset, right? They just went through the crafter. They have Phoenix kits, they've got batteries, they've got cells. Playing smart, sit down, take a breather, regroup, and take this fight when they're in a position of advantage. See grenades being tossed out. We do have a care package that just landed. Thug Shaker locking down these doors with Catalyst's ability to kind of fortify this position, make it difficult for the enemy team to come in. See some grenades being lobbed up. Now the enemy team is right here on this door. Cincinnati Lions Black are prepared. However, the enemy team is hitting them from both sides, using Horizon to get up on top and over. They are going to be pushing this team. Water takes down Zero, takes down Vivid. This is a 3v1 situation right now. Infinite Vibes does drop Water Can't Aim, but they are able to get the third player on that team, and this is going to be an easy revive for them. Yes, the ring is doing some damage, but they'll be able to just get the resources they need and move into the ring. It's likely Water is going to go down again, but they'll just revive him, and hopefully they have the heals to make this work. Excuse me there.
Need a charm bag and a sense of self-preservation.
We do have the revive going off. Dingus popping a med kit. They are burning a lot of resources, and they've got a decent way to move. Right now, I'm not seeing any type of heat shields or evac towers coming from them. Oh, here we go. Thug Shaker has an evac tower. They may be able to use this to kind of rotate into zone. But they're still opting to make sure that they're getting their inventory squared away. So while they're going through here and fighting the ring, we'll go ahead and check back in on Cincinnati Lions Orange, who are neck deep in a fight. They have one that is completely dead, one that is down. And Sly Fox, the last remaining member of this team, trying to stay alive, fighting for placement. Currently 7 squads remaining, now 6 squads remaining, as Sly does go down, with the Cincinnati Lions Orange placing 7th during that round. So we'll go ahead and head back to Cincinnati Lions Black, who are using their tower to rotate towards the zone. Likely going to land with some safety here, as most of the teams seem to be kind of fighting it out over here. We have the Gnome Darts fighting the Franklin Phoenix at this moment. Cincinnati Lions Black going to be able to hold what they've got, heal up, reset, and identify some loot, as hopefully they go around the right side of this zone towards this ring. Currently sitting at a gold, purple, and red armor. They are pretty well equipped at the moment. It does appear that they are opting to rotate around the right portion of this circle. Doing some armor trades here. Switching out some pieces of inventory and kit, just making sure that the team is prepared for whatever next engagement they are going to be making contact with.
Extended heavy mag here.
Still 6 squads remaining after the last elimination, being the Lions Orange team. And we do see teams converging all over the place. I think that Lions Black might get the jump here on the Gnomes. They do see them. Are they going to be able to make this happen? If they're able to take this team out, one team did just get eliminated. This would be a huge boost for the Lions Black, as this is definitely one of the teams to look out for. Definitely one of the bogeymen in the lobby. Water does get knocked down, unfortunately, leaving a 2v3 situation. Thug Shaker trying to make something happen, but that ring is not cooperating. Gonna have to fight it. Thug Shaker does go down, Dingus goes down, and the Lions Black are out of the fight, leaving the lobby in 5th place, but a decent amount of eliminations. Currently we're seeing the Gnome Darts. They did get a little scratched up in that fight. Sandbean did go down. Currently being revived by Mr. Tiger Fox. But they're currently sitting at 6 eliminations, I believe. I believe Dr. Igneous has 1. And he will require a revive. Looking at the map with the 4 remaining squads. Right here, I like the position of this team. They are able to probably hold that for the remainder of the game. We do have 3 teams likely to get in a fight with each other as they're moving. I don't blame this team at all for securing this location and really waiting out the ring until they have to move, letting the lobby clean itself up before they have to put themselves at risk. Nova, we have 2 teams fielded right now. We do have the Lions Orange and the Lions Black. They have both been eliminated. The Lions Orange going down in 7th place in the first drop. There are 2 drops for each Apex game day during the winter split, and then the Lions Black was knocked out in 5th place. Now that's placement. As far as eliminations, we'll have to check, as it does look like the Lions Black did get 6 eliminations, which will help, and the Lions Orange ended up with 1. At least that's on this. I know there was another player on that team that is not currently being reflected. Gnome Dart's taking some long-range pot shots here.
That way. Kaja.
Much different composition than the teams that the Lions are playing. Seems to be working out for them. You can see them rotating around the circle, trying to get their back to the ring that is closing in, preventing any opportunity for a surround, utilizing this key terrain of the building that's located there. as a strong point to fight from, as everyone else is being forced into this zone.
Shield cell here.
Thanks,
So
yeah.
the zone is going to close. There is going to be a sliver of this building that is available for them, kind of in that western corner,
천만에.
which should provide them with pretty good observation fields of fire, hopefully, for their sake, as teams are moving about outside. Still currently 4 teams, kind of splitting the current zone into quadrants here. Everyone holding their positions, waiting for it to close and going to take advantage
Let's go over
of
here.
anyone that is caught out in the open.
Back goes over there.
We do see some pop shots being taken left and right, just trying to whittle down each other's resources. You know, a bullet in this game is a lot cheaper than a shield battery.
Got company out there.
Franklin Phoenix being the team on that hill, taking some pot shots at the gnomes. Wellington down to 1 player right now. Going to be forced to move. Both of the teammates' banners currently located in the storm. Really fighting for placement points here, trying to find locations to kind of hide out while these other firefights are going on. Gnome Ants, Gakabalekis is down. Being revived there briefly. We'll see if Arkin can get this revive off, bring them back to a full 3 players. They do, almost going down again. Sheila is out. My absolute favorite gun in this game. It's just it's a complete ridiculous weapon. It's just a minigun. But they are taking fire from 2 different directions. With the gnome darts up top, a commanding view of the battlefield. Really going to be able to take advantage of that against these teams having to rotate towards them. Franklin Phoenix in a great position. They're pretty healed up.
Enemies here.
Red, gold, and purple armor. Only 3 squads remaining. They are undoubtedly going to clean up this squad that's down here on the low ground and continue to fight on this building with the darts. You see a Bangalore ult go off, forcing them to close the distance. Mid-air shots there. Chief Buffalo Hide, a little banged up from that Bangalore ult. Gonna get a shield off. Gnome darts trying to secure their current location. Only 2 squads remaining between the darts and the Franklin Phoenix.
We got company, people.
Phoenix kit here.
Alright, it does look like the Franklin Phoenix kind of initiating that fight, jumping over that wall. Going down quickly. Tiger Fox takes down the squad. Chief Buffalo Hide getting knocked out by Dr. Igneous. I don't think they're going to be able to withstand this onslaught that the darts are providing. And the Gnome Darts are going to be the champion for round 1. And that's going to bring us into our second drop, which will
We have our Apex champion.
start here momentarily. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this match summary, right? So for the top 5 teams, you have the Gnome Darts with not only a #1 placement, but 10 eliminations, which is going to skyrocket them in a lot of points. I believe it's 12 points for first place, and then 1 point each for the kill points. So that's going to bring them to 22 points for this match alone. Now for the season, how it works is throughout the 8 weeks that they play, or I guess it'll be 7 weeks for the winter split, these points accumulate, right? And so that's going to determine the overall league placement. So there'll be 2 drops today. The combination of those points will be the score for the day, and then those points will be added to essentially your bucket as you go forward throughout the season. Franklin Phoenix taking the number 2 spot, 11 kill eliminations. Gnome Ants, 0 eliminations, but a 3rd place, which may not reflect as an actual 3rd place after you add up the other eliminations and placements of the other teams. We have Wellington with 2 eliminations in 4th place, and then our Lions Black in 5th place with 6 eliminations. Also pointing out, number 7, the Lions Orange, the second Cincinnati team that did participate in that last lobby. They also had 5 eliminations, which is probably going to jump them into the top 5. I got to double check what the scoring is and what that looks like. But eliminations each being 1 point, and the scoring going down pretty quickly from a max of 12 based on placement points is going to probably skyrocket them up. So I imagine it's, you know, we'll see it at the end of this. Ideally, it'll be updated in League Spot, and we'll be able to leave the day with a clear understanding of where everyone racks and stacks after the 2 drops from today. Very unfortunate we're only operating with 13 teams. I do believe that in the future weeks this will be a full lobby again, as if you watched during the fall split, we were regularly accomplishing, you know, 20 team matches every week. And so this being the first week of the split, I imagine there's some just logistic conflicts. We're approaching the holidays, and so I imagine that that'll get squared away relatively quickly. All right, so right now we're just gonna wait for the next drop to kick off. It should be occurring momentarily. Pretty good games that we saw from all the teams. Lions Black and Lions Orange definitely playing a little bit more of an aggressive role. Definitely their style of play. They definitely prefer to be in the thick of it, you know, W keying the other teams, so to speak. What I'm hoping, and I'm curious if they're going to change this match, is if they play a little bit more patient. Now, to be fair, you know, many of the fights that, you know, the Lions Black, where we saw kind of the initiation of their fights kicking off, were brought to them, right? But their very last fight, they took that fight where maybe they, you know, potentially positioning might have been key. We may have been able to find a strong point, solidify where we were there, and gone from that point. So it does look like when it comes to point totals with the kill points and the placement, so for 5th place for Black, that is 4 points for placement, and then 3 points for a 7th place finish. So right now, you know, Cincinnati Lions Black is sitting at 10 points, and Cincinnati Lions Orange is sitting at 8. As for the other ones, I'm not entirely sure. That's just something that we're tracking offline specifically, and where they rack and stack with the rest of the teams in the league will be determined after the second match today. So it does look like for the second drop, we are going to have Mr. Me for the Cincinnati Lions Black team. They did have to move. Dingus is not expected to be participating. Apparently his computer did crash, and so he's there in a, you know, as a person in this roster, but we're not likely to see him. The second drop also going to be taking place on World's Edge. As far as the weekly matches are concerned, it is going to be a rotating map pool. So today we have World's Edge. Next week is going to be Olympus. The week after that is going to be Storm Point. And then it's just going to continue redoing that over and over again. So World's Edge, Olympus, Storm Point, World's Edge, and then end on week 8, which if we do have week 8, I believe we will. I don't know if there's going to be any type of side tournament for week 8 as is planned for many of our other titles such as Valorant, Overwatch, Rocket League, etc. But that's the current plan. So all the maps with the exception of Storm Point will be played 3 times throughout this split. All right, we are getting the word that this match should be kicking off here in just a second. You can see the players readying up. And here we go. Drop 2 on World's Edge. Both the Cincinnati Lions Black and Cincinnati Lions Orange preparing pretty hard for this upcoming split, working their butts off to ideally earn a place to compete in the North American Finals in next summer. During next summer, we're looking for July. We're still waiting on the location for that, but it will be an in-person LAN event where they're going to be able to meet these other teams in person and get to compete against them. And I'm really looking forward to it. I know that our team has what it takes to compete at that level, and it's going to be a really great time. All right, we're going to get to watch the hero selection here, the legend selection, rather. Alrighty, so we do have Cincinnati Lions Black as Team 12. We have Cincinnati Lions Orange as Team 13. Right now you see Mr. Me picking Catalyst, Golden Striker picking Wraith. Horizon for Water. We got Conduit for JS Legend. Bangalore for Ramadan. And then we are seeing a little bit of a mix-up there from Sly. Alright, so here we go. Back into it.
You know what I look like. Come find me.
Already seeing some
Every
teams with the
decision
early
counts.
drops. Now, I didn't see it previously. I do know that there was conversation about claiming drops in these lobbies coming up in the future, and as those show up, I'll be able to present them, talk about them, kind of discuss a little bit on the contests that we expect early on in the matches. We do have the Lions Black taking off here, as you can see. You can see Ramadan.txt being the name of previously Thug Shaker Central. I don't know if he changed his name back or what the deal is there, but they're heading back over towards this location, seeing a lot of very similar, right? So Lions Orange hitting Thermal Station, which is where they were last time. It appears that everyone is generally back where they were before, and Ackworth ending up with a duo this round instead of just a solo running around. We're likely to have a contest here between this team that has Council 911 on it and the Lions Black. So we'll see how that pans out. And then we've got two teams converging here in the middle. That's the Franklin Phoenix. I'm not really sure what this team is with Infinite Vibes, but potential opportunity for the Franklin Phoenix to get knocked out early, or at least be banged up and have to continue to fight for their placement after placing second in the last drop. Over here in the stacks area, Lions Black climbing up and around all over the place, getting the loot that they need so that they can move out as the ring starts to converge on them.
Perhaps we shift our orbit this way.
Go ahead and check out the fight going on in the middle right now. So Franklin Phoenix currently with one player down against the Bearded Dragons. Also, well, 2 players down. So Zero trying to put up a fight. Bearded Dragons do get knocked out by the Franklin Phoenix, giving them some early kill points in this score.
Gotta hop up here. Skull piercer.
Cincinnati Lions Black still sitting on white, blue shields. Still haven't made contact with that team in their vicinity. Does look like right now that Ramadan out here in the open looting these pills is likely to probably come in contact with them if they're still there. It does look like they still are. Council 911. It does look like that team is... Thought I'd be able to find it quicker than that. The Troy Evo Eagles, Team 2. Cincinnati Lions Orange still uncontested in their drop. Moving out a little bit earlier than they did last game. Definitely a little bit more crowded over here where the Lions Black are. We'll go hang out with the Lions Orange here for a little bit. Oh, well, actually.
Well, we have an enemy out there.
Black about to come in contact with the Troy Eagles. Not sure if they're aware of it. It does look like Mr. Me had spotted an enemy. Continuing to loot on the way. Mr. Me still sitting on the white shields as well as water.
Optics here.
11 squads
Mid-range.
remaining at this time.
Always better than iron sights.
Ramadan
Optics here.
sitting up on the high
Mid-range.
ground with some long-range fire support. He's definitely proven that he is quite the marksman, especially with a Kraber. A lot of highlight reels floating around of Ramadan with a Kraber just putting in work. Okay, so we did see the Troy Eagles team rotate away from the Lions Black. We do see Lions Orange kind of taking the spot where the Gnome Darts were previously. So unlikely to see much contact for either of these teams in the near future. Now, there is going to be a third-party opportunity that comes up here as the Gnome Mowers and the Troy Eagles begin fighting it out.
Not for me.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're going to be coming back right into the black. So we'll keep an eye on them. Ronan on the high ground with this rifle is going to be able to potentially do some work with the 30-30. Ends up moving, they're going to gather some resources for potential future crafting. It looks like they're actually moving in the opposite direction of the oncoming team. Oh, because they're trying to get their crafting done. Well, hopefully this other team... Okay, it looks like they kind of hanging out there. Okay, so we do have the Cincinnati Lions Orange in contact with the Gnome Darts. Knowing their style, they're probably going to push this. Just legend pushing. Oh, caught out on the bridge. Does go down. Goes to Striker. Doesn't find some cover here. Goes down as well. Sly Fox. Last one available for it. That's why I love Sheila so much. Sheila, a powerful weapon. Long corridor. Sly trying to make something happen. Does go down. Cincinnati Lions Orange leaving the lobby in 11th place. I don't believe they were able to get any eliminations during that round. Cincinnati Black now in their own fight while out in the ring. Ramadan able to get elimination there. Ooh, bang ult. Hitting water pretty hard. He is going to have to pop a Phoenix kit here. Other two players sitting in the ring, grabbing up these loot boxes.
Forget that.
Now we do see that the situation has changed a little bit from a shield inventory perspective, right? Before we were sitting with Water and Mr. Me at white shields. Now we're sitting at blue and purple respectively. Now it does appear that Air Demolition... Okay, so two of the players were knocked out by the Cincinnati Lions Black. Air Demolition kind of running away, trying to make something happen, trying to survive at this point. The Lions Black likely to run into the Eagles team here. Hopefully they check around this mountain. Eagles probably aware of their presence after hearing that fight go down. They might even be pursuing the the other team, that air player, whatever his name was, Air Demolition. All right, so the Lions Black are oriented on the correct location. Does seem like they are aware. Mr. Me spotted them. They're moving out in the open. See if they can get some long-range picks here. Flatline not really connecting for water.
Come on, get to this spot.
Ramadan does have that 30-30 though. Okay, so the Lions Black are seeking to pursue this fight. Scaring, dropping a bang ultimate. Using it to ideally outflank his opponents here. Now that team is making a beeline for it. Air Demolition trying to stay out of the way. Wondering if Air Demolition is trying to work their way towards this respawn beacon here.
That way he calls to me.
Not sure if they were able to get the banners. I don't think they were. The Lions in hot pursuit. A little jumbled up here by the terrain.
That way he calls to
Okay,
me.
so they're pretty much alone now. 8 squads remaining. They're hanging out over here between Air Demolition, who's alone, unafraid, and this team with Booger on it, which is the Hanover Horde. 8 squads remaining. Mr. Me kind of scouting ahead, regrouping with the rest of his team as they move up to, you know, get some of this loot. Just continue improving their inventory for the final fight. Looking at their inventory, they're pretty well rounded. Ramadan kind of hunkering down on the longer range aspects of his inventory, and the other two more mid to close range. Alright, does look like a broken enemy shield here. Mr. Me spotting an enemy team that's coming up from rocks north. They're trying to escape. Not able to do it. Mr. Me knocking down Dookie. And that is going to be a team wipe for the Cincinnati Lions Black, who are sitting at 4 eliminations at this point in time. We do have the Gnome Darts just to their northwest. It does look like Air Demolition was able to revive their teammates. Still 8 squads remaining. The Lions Black, I actually really like their positioning right now. They're pretty far away from everyone else. They've got plenty of time to slowly rotate their way into this zone where undoubtedly we'll be down to probably 5 teams. They're opting to push in quickly, try to secure some strong point. Oh my goodness, they're going to end right on top of both the Gnome Darts and this team that has Slug Life, which is the Hanover Horde. I'm not sure if they're aware. Water's pinging loot, suggesting locations, but I'm not sure if they're actually cognizant that there's 2 teams right in their vicinity. Oh, but they do run right into this team, which is, I think, the Gnome Darts? I don't know. There's 3 teams converging right on top of each other. Mr. Me almost getting his shields cracked. They are going to secure themselves in this room of this building, which is a pretty good area for them. They're probably likely to end up spending a good amount of time here, as that's where the ring's going to converge on. It does look like we have 3 teams all converging right here. Slug Life, I don't know how long they are for this world. Gnome Darts and the Lions Black duking it out with 7 squads remaining at the moment. Me Setting down that catalyst wall. Slow down, limit visibility for anyone looking into this site. They did see some players running around outside that door. Now, unfortunately for them, the zone is going to pull them eventually away from this location. They're not going to be able to hunker down here for too long. Oh, the darts are pushing downstairs. Mr. Me goes down. Ramadan forced out of the building. Water a little bit separated. Not sure if they're going to be able to come back for Mr. Me's banner, or if it's something that they're thinking about at this point in the game. Water cannon at the respawn location, running into another player who is immediately trying to run away. Water chasing them down. Running into another player. Ooh, getting some great shots off. Does end up eliminating lovely Leia. Mr. Me crawling with his shield out. Not much else he can do at the moment. Slowly running out of time, about 2/3 of the way through his time. There may be an opportunity here for the rest of the team, but they are on the complete other side of the zone. I think at this point they are kind of chalking up the loss of Mr. Me being eliminated. Only 5 squads remaining. I like their position here, is they're going to have good vision of everyone rotating into zone. On this side of the circle. Oh, correction, that's where Mr. Me is. They're currently getting in a fight with this team that has air demolition, who was able to recover his other 2 teammates. And Mr. Me finally does go down. Looking to ideally finish this in a higher placement than the 5th place that they did last time. Currently in 4th. Looks like they might be making a run here for Mr. Me's banner. Either that or they're just trying to be aggressive with this team. Oh, sandwiched in between 2 teams at the moment. One on the high ground that you're watching right now. Another team securing the buildings. But right now the Lions do have the zone. I'm trying to find shots. Able to get some piecemeal shots here. He might have a pretty good area, but the problem is that team on the high ground just causing problems repeatedly. A little bit separated from water. Hopefully he doesn't get too isolated, caught out of position. This is a tough spot for that team to deal with, though. They don't have the mobility to get up on this location and push them too easily. Ramadan able to just hammer away with that 30-30. Plenty of ammunition to last for the remainder of the game. There are 3 teams left. Just forcing a lot of usage of shields, Phoenix kits. Just flunking away. Getting that ultimate accelerate. This is going to be a great opportunity for Ramadan to drop that bang ult. Force them to move, but I'm wondering if they really want this team to move towards them.
Spotted.
Fortunately, sitting only with 2 players left after Mr. Me's demise. A little bit of a disadvantage here. Oh, Ramadan just getting tons of shots in. Good angle here. Likely to take this high ground and sit at the edge of that pipe again. Now that ring is going to close over that Connex container. And here they go. They're having to move. Caught in the open. Come on, can Ramadan get these shots off? Fortunately, other team plunking away at Ramadan. Water going down from the back, leaving just Ramadan. Still 2 other squads out there. He does have his ult up now. There might be an opportunity here for a revive if the other 2 teams end up fighting each other. He's going to lay down some smoke for some obscuration. Get underneath this bridge with the ring kind of protecting him. unable to get that revive off in the moment. Not sure where he's going. What's he doing? Sending the ult off to hit this high ground surrounding him. Still playing the long game with the 30-30, but this trio is going to push his position, and as a solo, I don't think he's going to have the longevity here. Water does go down. Ramadan grabbing the banner. Don't think there's much use in it at this point. Still 2 other teams surviving. They are all around Ramadan. Again, it's the Franklin Phoenix and the Gnome Darts. He is going to go for this revive, but everyone is waiting for him, and he does go down. So the Lions Black end in 3rd place, placement points. Right now we are watching the Gnome Darts and the Franklin Phoenix as the last 2 remaining teams again.
Let's relocate here.
Oh, I guess they do have an Octane. Earlier I said they didn't have the mobility to get up there, but would definitely be able to do so. These jump pads. He's put to use right now. Sheila is up and running. Raining, not connecting unfortunately to the Gnome Darts, but now starting to go crazy with it. Sandbeam does go down. Looks like a 1v1 situation here. Tiger Fox, both players utilizing their teammates' down shields to the best of their ability. Who's going to be able to make this happen? Mr. Tiger Fox using some shield cells, has the high ground. Shield's almost broken. Caught the ring. Huge damage, and the Franklin Phoenix are going to be the champion for the 2nd drop during today's Apex match. Great play by all teams. We're going to be seeing the scoreboard here real briefly. And then the next stream should be at 6:30 is when our next scheduled game is. That's going to be our Overwatch 2 game. And then we also have some Valorant scheduled tonight at 7:30, all times in Eastern Standard Time. So come check that out if you are available later on this afternoon. So right now we'll take a quick glance at the match summary. We'll look at the top 5. Oh my goodness, Franklin Phoenix with a 24 elimination game that round. Holy cow. That is 36 points in 1 shot. That is going to skyrocket them based on the matches that occurred today. Cincinnati Lions Black with 5 eliminations. Really just right behind the Gnome Darts. It's like a 2-point spread right there. And then the Lions Orange, unfortunately, being knocked out in 11th place without any eliminations. That is going to be a hit. But this is a long season. There's plenty of time to come back. And overall, phenomenal performance by the Cincinnati Lions. And thanks for watching. Look forward to the games this afternoon for ideally Overwatch.